Welcome to Eerie Exploits, the only podcast where a group of comedians and a socialist brave a fantastically corporeless and corporate reality. Today we continue our adventuring with Ivan Semashev. We will have some exciting Colosseum fights going on with some surprise reveals thrown in the mix. So without further ado, welcome to Eerie Exploits.
Dome. You see a sign for the Coliseum admissions office. It says, a little poster, "Fighters, apply here." And there are various folks tailgating, it would seem, excited for the festivities.
Fellas, do we want to take the plunge and try our hands and fists?
You have arrived at the Necrodome. Welcome.
Thank you, Ma Siren 7. That will be all. Go to sleep now, sweet child. Shh. Go to sleep.
If you're looking over towards the admissions office, you see a rather large male troll who's dressed in a rather nice waistcoat, and he's kind of pacing about, so he seems like someone that you might be able to ask questions to.
Okay.
He
I
seems to
him.
be affiliated in some way. Okay.
And I want to ask him, greetings, hello. We are a group of new candidates for this Colosseum. How does the application process work here?
Excuse me. Chester James AWOL at your service. I'm something of a promoter for this splendorous event. Did I hear correctly that you were looking to participate in the games?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
Oh, what fortunate timing. We're looking for a few contractors, you see. And, this is so wonderful. When a few people drop out, lazy, no good contractors. But not like you guys. You guys seem like you'd be great. This is the perfect gig for a ragtag group as yourself. You got no boss, flexible schedule, quick pay, and you don't have to worry about, taxes on health benefits or pensions or anything like that. And, if you win, there's not only a cash prize, but option for many more lucrative job opportunities. So it's oh boy, am I glad that you guys are here.
Can I try to barge in and be like, "Hey, I brought them."
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
and he kind of takes Karen to the side and gives him some money, a cut of the profits. There seems to be some sort of deal going on.
Thank you very much for your service. Oh man, it would have been a nightmare without you. Thank you. Really saved the day.
Oh, just remember that. Yeah.
Have any of you guys fought in the Coliseum before?
No.
Oh, okay. I see. Well,
not this particular Colosseum.
We're looking for challengers for the lightning round event that kicks off the festivities. It's usually one-on-one combat. It's very quick. It's not to the death. Don't worry about that. It's we don't do that here, It's exciting opportunity though, and so if you all want to participate, we already have a bunch of challengers lined up as well.
That sounds just about right to me.
Wonderful. Follow me to the fighter's room.
And so he takes you, Chester James AWOL. He leads you to a side entrance in the Coliseum, and after descending several flights of stairs, you make your way past several doors. And I'll say at this point, Karen has, departed and gone to somewhere else.
Take the money that I received now, and I was just counting it, and I'm kind of left behind in the corner by the wall.
Just counting alone.
Yeah. There's only like 5 gold coins, but I keep recounting them.
Aww.
Are you looking for that and a half you mentioned?
Eventually, you stop at a door labeled Room 206, and Chester gestures inside and saying, this is going to be your kind of fighter preparation room where you can prepare. And you notice that it's rather Spartan in appearance. There appears to be, it appears to be level with the Colosseum fighting floor, and there's a metal gate that separates you from the middle of the arena. And the gate is attached to chains. It seems to be operated somewhere else. And, there's stone benches and pillars. Yeah, it seems to be a gladiator waiting room, specifically.
If you guys are interested in fighting, well, man, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited that we have more fighters. You can wait here.
And he checks his own My Siren to see the current time positioning. And
oh boy! All right, well the festivities are about to start. Oh man, we gotta go quick.
And he peeks his head out the door and yells,
Henderson!
And pretty much no sooner does he yell that than a sprightly young goblin appears, rather kind of nerdier in appearance. And he goes, yes, sir. How may I be of service?
The chest, Henderson. See to it that their belongings are well cared for.
And because, of course, and he turns back to you, Chester does, and says,
of course, we can't have you fight with, all of your gear. It'd be far too dangerous, but I think we can give you blunted versions of most of your stuff.
And he kind of eyes Ursula's claws and talons and is a little bit skeptical. That's just...
Try not to kill anyone with that, because we frown upon murder, death.
Well, as long as I'm not being mortally wounded, I shan't be threatening to do the same to others.
Yeah, you.
And he's kind of like surprised, and he's like,
"You really haven't heard about the Colosseum, right? Yeah, it's been a long time since anyone's been hurt or injured."
And he kind of like eyes shifted, but
he's like, "Yeah, you'll be totally safe. We have. Oh, also, could you guys sign this real quick? I almost
forgot." And he gives you a.
Not again.
It's just a standard.
Gammelalf is very, very scared of signing another paper, and therefore he's.
You know what to do?
Oh yes. Basically, the contract is just stipulating that.
Oh no. I seem to remember a different setting.
Would you like to restore the setting to previously?
I would very much like that, yes.
Okay. Well, all right. This here contract seems like it's all about... basically, the Colosseum, the Necrodome, is not responsible for any lost limbs or death.
Right.
But the riches are yours. There's a lot of talk of the potential gain.
Right. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just classic.
Gammelalf. We have not known each other for long, but what are your thoughts and ruminations upon this here contract?
There's no health insurance.
Chester kind of just goes.
It's just classic, thing so that you can't hold us accountable for your actions. Of course,
so you're saying no health insurance.
No health insurance per se, but the amount of money that you would get would.
So no health insurance, no recompensation in case of damage.
Well, it's the combat sport. Of course, there's going to be some damage.
All right, but if there is an impairment, for example,
just don't get impaired.
I'm gonna try to charm this fella into
all right.
Into giving us some sort of recompensation in case we take damage, any sort of damage.
All right. You rolled a natural 1.
Fucking hell.
As you're attempting to charm him, you completely bite your own
the
tongue.
Workers' Rights Association. Yeah. The union demands us to give recompensation in case of physical damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we don't do that here. That's not, no. But, yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, listen, this is a very fair contract. This is very fair. It's nothing to worry about. It's very standard.
Joshua, is it possible for me as Guardian to just sign it for Gammelalf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as Louis,
Totally.
I just, while he's having his whole conversation, I just signed for him. And
Okay.
for myself.
Okay. I put my thumbprint on there. Sure.
All right.
I have no other choice. Lost my fucking job.
Wonderful.
Well, you can find some gear very similar to your own gear. Of course, we can't let you fight in your own gear. We gotta keep it even some way.
But in the corner, there's some armor. It looks used, dented, scratched. There's a few dark splotches covering it, but overall, it seems fairly protective.
Yeah, the ceremonies are actually about to start very soon, so very good.
Hey, Chester kind of pulls Gammelalf aside because he notices that he seems kind of like he might have something interested. He goes,
Did you have, you know, I see that your friend signed you up, so it's already too late, but is there anything else that you'd like to, any concerns or?
you know what you're getting into.
What?
I wouldn't worry about it. So, okay, never mind.
So
I
right
get
now,
very angry and start slapping Chester in the face.
okay, well, you reach out and he's used to this reaction a little bit, and so he kind of holds you at arm's length.
Poor guy.
So
And,
we've got
you fucking corporate.
So we've got one Gammelalf, one Ursula, one Louis signed up. Is that correct?
That
these
is
are our
correct.
combatants.
That is
What
correct.
about Gary?
No,
Gary,
Gary's not.
is there a-
Gary is not signed up as a combatant. We don't want to lose him here.
You don't. I'm just hoping you forget him
Alright.
somewhere.
No, Gary is always with us.
Well, the show's about to start. Do you have any? It's fine. Never mind. There's no time.
He kind of scurries off, and you kind of hear the crowd chattering. You know, you hear the stand start to fill up as you're waiting, preparing yourself, and there's music playing, trumpets, things like that. Nothing like, not announcement trumpets, but just kind of casual, like, entertainment music. And then there's a loud ringing of trumpets to announce the start of the games. If you look out the gate, you can see there's other gates kind of ringing around the Colosseum, and there are some other fighters kind of lounging about. And the announcer, whose voice is magically enhanced, projected, says,
Ladies and gentlemen, goblins and greenskins, welcome to another exciting event. We've got festivities planned, the champ is here, and this Colosseum, it used to be a place of public executions, but that was under the old rule. The current folks, they've really turned things around. Everything's so much better now. Now, there's a wonderful land of job opportunity. And to kick off today's fights, we've got some brand new challengers wishing to try their hand. But first, a word from our sponsors, Mason and Sons Mining. We make mining
Oh
fun.
my god.
and he kind of goes through and rattles off a bunch of sponsors,
Also brought to you by My Siren 7. Be different. Be unique. Buy My Siren. And don't forget to buy our soft serve ice cream, now available in hazel and baby blue.
Oh, that shit is good.
going through more ads.
And we also, combatants, we have some special guests in the ever illustrious shadow box seats.
And I mean, if you look out through the gate, you can kind of see there's some areas that are almost like considered front row seats, but they're bathed in shadow. But it definitely does seem to be an area where it would very expensive seats. So the announcer is saying.
Yeah, so we've got our some guests in the ever illustrious Shadowbox seats. So competitors, now is your chance to impress. We want a good fight out there. Who knows who could be watching? And to open up today's festivities, we've got some lightning rounds.
And just like that, before you even know it, the gate starts to shudder, and a fighter's name is announced.
Louis Casey
versus...
I think that's me.
The Silver Slaughter.
Oh, that doesn't sound nice.
And at this point,
Did he say slaughter?
you have a character coming out to view. It is Karen.
Yes, yeah, the same kind of shifty guy that they met before.
All right, and so we have...
Wait, he tricked us into the ship?
I mean, it might be a fair fight. I'm gonna take my chances with this fella.
And as a reminder, this is a Coliseum battle, so they are lightning rounds. They are fairly quick, so it is not to the death. It is, you're putting on a good show. Whoever gets the most fantastic blows and strikes, ends up kind of winning. It is a Coliseum. There are rocks scattered about. There's a cluster of rocks in the north and in the northeast and southwest, so top right and bottom left corner. There appear to be two kind of spike pit traps. They're just pits, obstacles. They're pretty easy to avoid. You'd almost have to be trying to fall into one of them. It seems more for show than anything.
Well, you could get pushed into one, to be fair.
You could get pushed into them. You're not even sure if the spikes are real, like if they're actually sharp. You see in front of you the shifty dark elf fella. So if you have any words you want to exchange, he appears to be going by the Silver Slaughter.
Didn't realize you were the Silver Slaughter, sir. But let me slaughter you with my silver. And I realized I don't actually have silver. I just have like some very safe for work kind of weapon.
So I try to at first answer your throw at me. Well, you should have. No, and before I can finish, I realize that you're already trying to.
Yeah, I'm trying to cast magic missile on you.
Yeah, I try to dodge it, like to the right. I don't know how successful that will be.
Yeah, Joshua will tell us.
Yes.
So I'm casting
Okay,
three glowing darts of magical force on you.
So, normally, Karen he's a professional, he's very good at this. Unfortunately, Louis, despite all odds, he appears to be in his element. I don't know if it's the crowd or if it's the pressure, but he...
Diamonds.
Yeah, is able to...
perform well
he's pretty
under
sly,
pressure.
and so... It would seem so. So he ends up taking initiative, and Karen, you try to dodge out of the way. You see what he's doing. It's not your first time, but you rolled a natural 1.
Great start.
Again. So, I mean, if you want, you can describe what your dodge looks like.
So as
in the worst
I'm trying
possible
to
way.
dodge, I kind of like slip on the Coliseum floor. It's like a bit sandy, I guess, and one of my feet slips under the other one, and trying to dodge, I kind of just go from vertical to horizontal and just plant onto my, not quite on my face, but like onto my arm, and I'm like,
It's time to face the ground, sir.
So, you sling your magic missile, Louis, with the heat of the midday sun beating upon you and the chants of the crowd. You launch a magic missile, and it is a beautiful shot. It hits him square in the chest. Unfortunately, you're not very accustomed to combat, so you do a whopping 2 damage with it, but it looked really nice. You looked professional right up until, everyone sees how much damage it actually does. Karen does not seem particularly affected.
That doesn't
I mean,
that doesn't
hurts.
deter me. I'm like, yield, sir, before it's too late.
Yeah, so you're still doing pretty good. It was a hit, but not much. And now you may respond in turn.
I believe I have a bow on me, right?
Yes, you do.
So I try to, as I'm still kind of lying on the ground, I'm pretending to be still in the somewhat immobile state, but I've put an arrow into the bow, and I try to sneakily shoot at Lewis to get a bit of a revenge.
So as you're lying on the ground, you got hit pretty squarely in the chest, and you're trying to do a maneuver that you have practiced time and time again. Again, you make quite a bit of money in the Colosseums. Unfortunately, it hit you right. The magic missile did not do much actual damage, but it did hit you right in your solar plexus. So it knocked the wind out of you. So as you're like trying to knock and you fire, the arrow just goes way off, almost into the stands. But it would have been very cool if you...
Yeah.
And I start sprinting towards Squarn to knock him out in close combat.
All right, so you're sprinting, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty good distance.
Well, I am gonna try to get up, but even though I'm still trying to look cool. I'm trying to pull off cool moves. While I'm getting up, I'm kind of doing a tourney, and I'm turning around, and I'm trying to make it look like the fall that was clearly not intended. I'm gonna try to make it look like it was a move. And as in all this turning around, I'll pull out another arrow, and I try to finish the turn on pointing it at Lewis, and hey, here we are. Stop. And I try to threaten him with an arrow, but seeing that he is already sprinting towards me, I let the arrow loose to try to hit him in one of his legs.
You fire the arrow, and this time, having regained your composure, you aim for one of his legs, and right as he steps, as he's going full sprint, you actually end up nailing him right in the knee and taking his legs out from under him. And that was the knee, that was his weight-bearing knee, and so it causes him to trip and stumble. There you go.
He took an arrow to the knee, really?
He took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, damn it, lethal balls. That was my favorite knee. Damn, that hurts.
Between the blunt force impact of the arrow and eating a face full of dirt, you take about 9 damage, Louis.
Yes, I specifically tried to hit your walking knee.
I don't know what's more excruciatingly painful, the arrow in the knee or how slowly you speak, sir.
Well...
Also, the crowd erupts in cheers. They weren't sure. They were kind of muttering at some of Karen's previous moves, but that skillful shot definitely got them riled up.
Yeah, and I kind of afterwards I just turn and I kind of look at them just with my hands out eh? Did you like that? That was cool, right?
You hear a horn blare.
This was the lightning rounds, after all, and that was our first challenger, just but a taste. Well fought.
Oh, dang it, I almost had him.
And so you retreat, and your opponent, Karen, also retreats in turn back to his waiting area and out of sight, and then in his stead...
I'm limping a little bit because I kind of twisted my leg as well, but I'm trying to make it look all cool. That's just my way of walking, yes. So
he's limping away, and as he's limping away, you see he's a dark elf. Interesting. He doesn't seem particularly injured. You're not sure if you'll face him again or see him again, for that matter. You kind of take stock of his features, but overall he seems fairly unharmed. It doesn't seem like it did much damage. And he limps off. And the announcer then comes over.
Hey, Pavel here, your host. Thanks for listening to your exploits. We are really appreciating you listening. And if you want to support us some more and help us make a second season, then you can find us on Patreon and donate there. And if you're short on cash, no sweat, just recommend this episode to a few friends. That would help us out. Also, you can also follow us on Twitch. That's where we live stream our sessions when we are actually playing the campaign, and you can also chat with us as we're playing. Sometimes we actually refer to folks from the chat during the episode, like Spicy Boy. Just don't be confused, that's folks who joined us during the live recordings, and so can you on Twitch. And now, back to the episode.
Wow, what a exciting first round. Very, very good. But we have an even crazier match for the next one. We've got Gammelalf, a dwarf.
And then at the mention of a dwarf, a lot of the crowd kind of roars in anger and starts throwing things. They're not too pleased, but it doesn't seem as much out of hatred maybe, but just like out of almost like a rival team. And so they're throwing things. Yep.
Okay, before Gammelalf gets into the ring, he's gonna unwrap Gary. And
Oh no!
and I'm gonna carry him into the ring.
All right. The announcer, anyone curious who happens to be looking at the announcer, an attendant appears to be talking to him, and the announcer goes, okay, yep.
It seems like there's been a bit of a change of schedule. We're going to try something unique, something different. Today, we're bringing back double rounds, doubles, 2v2s. So we've got the Night Eel and the Hound of Horror versus Gammelalf and Ursula.
Oh boy.
Ready.
Now, there does appear to be a mix-up. Kind of confusingly, only one guy exits, and the announcer, he speaks and he says, yeah, I'm not sure what happened. There was supposed to be... Where's the Hound of Horror? Huh. Well, okay, I guess he had to drop out for some reason. Yeah, all right, well, let the festivities commence. Looks like it's going to be a 2v1. Are you okay with this? Night Eel, and in this case, Night Eel will be played by Ivan as well.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Schedule got shifted around, and looks like we're running short on time, so we just had to condense some things, and I don't know where your partner went. It's very bizarre, but you're, I've seen you fight before. I'm sure you could take on a couple of newbies.
Yeah, I got them.
All right.
I tried to yell at the announcer, but not realizing that he can just hear me from everywhere. So it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like I have to yell.
The
but I'm
acoustics,
just,
you
like,
know,
trying to
allow-
straighten my voice. Yeah.
It to be heard everywhere. And so we've got a 2v1 match. Unfortunately, Lewis missed out on it. He had to face his combat alone, but let's see.
I
Jeez.
lean over to Gammelalf and I tell him, good luck out there. We're gonna kick their butts.
Yeah, we got this. It's just one guy, right?
Yeah, it's just one guy. The Night Eel.
Yeah,
is
it's
no-
just me.
You eel.
I can hear everything. I got impeccable hearing, but
Like eels do?
I'm still yelling.
So far, you're only hurting his feelings,
Yeah. So the Night Eel has also rolled a natural one.
This is just like the previous session. Where did you get
It's
this
a
dice?
slippery
This is
slope.
luck.
Dude, I don't know what the chances are, but that's pretty great.
Amazing.
Yeah, so he seems like... So he comes out, he's, you're not sure, it seems like he might even be, like, a little injured. You've heard that sometimes a lot of gladiators, you can make a lot of money, so sometimes people fight every day of the week. So he kind of comes out limping a little bit, and that really seems to have affected his speed, and so he will be reacting third.
So,
And Gammelalf, I don't know if it is Gary giving you inspiration or what have you, but you're feeling rather spry, so you get to decide your course of action first.
All right. I first look at the Ursula and be like, that limping may be a trap, so be careful.
Right. Thank you. Yes.
And what I do next is I slap Gary's head a couple of times, so it gets very angry. It starts like flexing the jaws and stuff. And then the first thing I do is I throw Gary at the eel.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You launch Gary. Now, I mean, you rolled very well. You rolled an 18, so you like... you just pro football, like,
Fucking
launch
bowling
him.
ball that bitch.
I've been a
yeah.
quarterback of the College of Knee-High Kingdom, so...
And it certainly seemed to have come in handy. So you launch Gary, and he's spinning through the air. You spin him like a football, you know.
Yeah,
like he is
tight spiral.
that tight spiral.
Spiral. The corkscrew, they call it, I believe.
Yeah. So you launch Gary. Now, unfortunately, because it was a corkscrew as opposed to mouth first, Gary makes contact with the night eel and does a decent 4 damage, and then just kind of bounces off and rolls away.
Well done, Gary! We'll do it next time!
What the hell is that?
That's Gary. He's a friend.
Okay.
Don't hurt him. He's nice. Please don't hurt him.
Is this
a friend
counted
and
as
pet.
3-on-1?
No, this is just Gary. Gary is just... No, don't hurt Gary. Please don't.
Yeah, so Gary rolls a few feet away, and Ursula, now it is your
Okay. How many feet away am I from the eel?
Let's...
Like, it would take more than one action to get there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think. I'm gonna try to throw my hammer.
Oh, okay, you're gonna throw your hammer.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try and throw my hammer and kind of aim for his, like, sternum. Just, like, knock the wind out of him.
Good.
All right, you... Chuck, jeez, you guys are...
I like how we just throw shit at him.
Melee who?
I mean, you rolled a 17, which is just like a
yes.
beautiful throw. So you just... How are you throwing it? Are you, like, overhead, or are you, like, curling?
I wanna, you know how
I don't know
they
if that's
have
curling.
that Olympic sport where they have that ball that they, like, twirl around themselves and then they let it go.
Isn't that like known as the hammer throw?
Hammer throwing, literally hammer throwing. That's what I do.
That, yeah.
I do a hammer throw, yeah. Fucking
All right.
Put my entire weight into that, and there's some weight to an owlbear, so I kind of just, like, put
So
my
I
whole
see what
ass
she's trying to
into
do
it.
and take a couple of steps back to not get hurt while she's throwing her hammer.
Yeah, you launch it. I mean, you freaking launch it.
Yeah.
It goes sailing through the air. Again, another beautiful throw. The crowd is going wild. They did not expect this upset. They were expecting the challengers just to get wrecked. And it hits poor Night Eel squarely in the chest again. Sending him flying back out. And, it does, again, not actually that much damage, 4 damage, but it's you know, the crowd is going crazy. They are out of their mind, excited.
I love how, by the way, the chat is just squarely on Eel's side at this point.
Well, would you not be?
Well,
I'm just concerned if he actually manages to get back up on his feet, you'll have to face him without any weapons whatsoever because you just keep throwing everything.
oh,
at him.
I have claws and beaks. I'm fine.
Yeah, you
One
do.
beak. I don't have multiple beaks.
That's alright. I still got my axe, I just lost a friend while throwing it. So I'm fine.
All right, Night Eel, how do you respond?
I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna try to take my because I have a sword on my back, right? I haven't
Yep.
even been able to take my weapon out yet, so I'm gonna try to.
Tells the
take
story,
my-
doesn't it?
Yeah, to take my sword from behind my back and basically at least from a distance seem intimidating. Hey, it's like a great sword, and I'm like,
Yeah,
ah.
yeah.
I try to take it out and point it and start walking towards them if I succeed.
All right, you know, we're gonna. Jeez. So I was gonna say we're gonna roll for intimidation to see how well you do on that one. You roll an 8, which is also
Okay.
not very high.
Okay, it's not a 1.
It's not a 1. This is true. For a gladiator, you know, such as yourself, I would have expected a little bit more. But you know, you do it. You pull out your great sword and you point it at them, and you kind of. It would have been a little more intimidating had you not staggered to your feet and stumbled a little bit as you point. But
yeah,
you
it's a
regained your
bit
footing.
heavier than I remember, so it's oh, whoa. Mm-hmm.
That's true, and your chest is aching from the spot where you got hit
Exactly.
by 2 objects. So it's. But yeah, all right.
Very different objects.
The crowd seems to be into it though, and I'll say, you know, you still get an action.
Okay. So I start walking towards them, and I'm not close enough, right? So
Not to hit him with your sword.
right.
You do have, I see, some spells that
Yes,
you could cast, or
I was thinking about that.
So the chat suggested that you may just throw your sword back at them.
You know what? It's a great sword, and I don't mean
the best sword.
It's the best sword. It's the best sword we have. We have the best swords.
I mean,
no,
they are saying make this a throwing contest. I'm all for this.
You know what?
The
All
crowd
right.
is basically saying, throw the sword.
There
All
are
right,
2
you
of
know
them,
what? I'm gonna
and you have 1 sword.
But because it's so huge, I have to swing it from the side, the way you would hold
Like a hammer
like a baseball bat, but it's all the way around, and I do 2 twirls and I try to launch it.
It's like a
Okay.
hammer throw.
Like a hammer.
So you're
throw.
also gonna try to throw your sword.
Yeah, basically. But I do a couple of extra twirls just for good.
Like a ballet
alright.
dancer.
Okay, and who are you targeting?
I'm gonna target in retaliation. I'm gonna target Ursula because it was,
Okay.
she
Both
was the
threw
one
shit
who
at
wronged
you,
me.
so it's...
Yeah.
I am
be fair, you
sorry
did
to say
both
that
throw
it is
crap at
not
me,
your
but-
day.
Yeah. Yeah. No, just
Do
tell
a
me.
couple big spins.
Mhm.
And the sun caught your eye right as you're releasing the sword, and you let go just a second too late, and it goes flying out into the crowd, actually.
Oh my god. Does the crowd have health insurance?
I think they signed some waivers and whatnot.
well,
Nobody's
Ooh,
dead or anything.
Sorry.
this sword was presented by Advocare. Please don't sue us.
Oh, Spicy Boy says, God damn it, Night Eel. I put my whole monthly salary on your winning.
All right.
We're sorry.
I feel like this is a perfect moment for cutting words.
Just you wait.
Alright.
What is going on?
And yeah, you kind of you move forward a little bit. You are now unarmed.
Yeah, but I do move forward. Right, because I still wanted to like walk forward as I was trailing. So yeah, I do move forward.
Yeah.
At least that. You got at least that going for you, yeah.
And
couple
Gammelalf,
steps in.
it is now your time to respond.
So, since I can't throw another friend at him, and I don't want to throw my axe, just want to.
It's a throwing contest.
I want to throw
me.
words. I'm going to
Alright.
throw words.
Oh.
So I'm going to use cutting words on him and try to insult him for a bit.
All right.
So,
Okay.
like-
All right. Yep.
You want me to play that out?
Oh, of course. Yes.
Oh, that was a real big sword. How was that going? I wonder what you're compensating with that big thing there.
All right. Let me see exactly what it does. You can continue with your cutting words.
I can continue. Oh god.
Yeah. Continue cutting him down. Are you moving forward, or are you just like standing stoic?
I just stand there taunting him. Essentially, that's what I do. I was like, "Oh yeah, you stumbling forward. It's a real big sword there. You want to maybe ask your mom to bring the sword back to you?"
Okay, so so cutting words is technically a reaction.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I mean, you are reacting to something he's doing. He just completely missed. So
Oh.
and cutting words is basically just making him worse at whatever he tried to do.
Right.
And in this instance,
There's no worse.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, all right, okay. So do you still have an action then?
yeah, you can. I mean, you could turn that into vicious mockery or something if you wanted.
Yeah, I want to turn that into vicious mockery again.
All right, so
Please don't make me play that out again.
all right, fine. All right, so your words sting. They remind. Well, Nidia, what do they remind you of? It dredges up old memories.
They remind me of the last time that after a hardy Colosseum battle, I came out victorious and I did really well. But then this guy in the locker room of the Colosseum just comes up to me and is like, "Hey, listen, there's a big sword over there, but it's nowhere near as big as my club. So, I mean, ultimately, you basically didn't win." And it was like, not even hurtful, but for some reason, to me specifically, it really hit the nerve because I really like my greatsword. I worked
That you
my
threw into the
way
crowd.
up. Yeah, but not intentionally. I'm definitely going to try to retrieve it later because it was very much an heirloom. But so those particular words, they really remind me of that moment, and I just spiral into the flashbacks. Basically, I start hearing like the showers in the background, and no, don't remind me, and I just get angry and angry and angrier.
Yep. And you take 3 points of emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
God, what a tragic figure. Like,
So, at this point, the crowd actually is starting to feel bad for Nighty. And so you see them, you see up in the stands, there's commotion around where your sword landed, and you see one guy hold the great sword aloft, 2 hands, and they kind of almost crowd surf the great sword back down, and launch it back into the arena.
where does it land?
So it actually lands somewhere in between you guys, about equally.
Interesting.
I thought it was going to land on a spike pit.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna land in one of the pits.
thought it was gonna land in Gary.
And with
You can
that,
take
Oh my
it.
god.
Ursula's. Actually, I'm going to say it lands, kind of over on that rocky outcropping. It was a really nice throw, the combined effort of the entire crowd
So like
somehow.
closer to Eel.
Yeah,
Okay.
much closer to Eel. Yeah, and then Ursula, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to move towards Eel
Mhm.
at this point because I have nothing to throw.
You can throw me. Throw me.
Actually,
And
yes.
I
You're
think
a
the
dwarf.
crowd.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
So, my
Oh, shit.
Gammelalf, at this point, I consider you a casual friend. Would you agree?
I agree. I totally agree.
Here's the thing. I have a batshit crazy plan.
All right.
How about I yeet you towards Eel, and we
What yeet
truly make
mean?
this a yeet, as in throw, strongly, with fervor.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, the acoustics in the arena are pretty good, so he can hear every word.
Gammelalf, friend, co-combatant, are you with me?
Since this is a throwing contest, go throw me.
Okay, so I wanna.
And so I will say this will be. You can choose if you want to make this an acrobatics check or an animal handling check.
That's hilarious. I have +1 on both, so I think I'll go with acrobatics. Can I not do this as an athletics check, actually?
By the way, I mean,
Okay. Actually, that's fair. You can do
I'm
it as
+7
athletics.
on athletics. Just saying.
I think my acrobatics should be coming into here as well, right? Because I'm
well-
awfully acrobatic.
We'll see where you land. Yeah, you're right.
Alright.
That should be. Sorry, athletics,
so
not
I go
acrobatics.
like, Gammelalf, tuck in those arms for me.
I'll tuck in those arms.
And I grab him by the feet. And I just hammer through him again. At Eel.
All right, so you are soaring through the air. It was again. You have a knack for the hammer throw. You really should consider that. Yeah, so you launch Gammelalf, and he goes soaring through the air, clearing the distance, and nailing poor Night Eel straight in the chest once more. And then let's see. Oh, okay. Well, his damage-wise, he doesn't do very much, but
It's a full-grown person.
it was a full-grown
Ramming
person.
into him.
Wait, I can look again in my character sheet how much my weight is, but I feel like it's quite substantial.
I caught him like a cannonball, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like that. The idea is that even though he weighs a lot, I'm like, I may not be good at throwing. but
You're
catching.
damn good at catching. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did roll an acrobatics check, and it checks out. You
Oh,
did
shit.
catch him.
No!
You got an 18 for acrobatics. So.
Did you just catch him bridal style too? Like, whoop?
like a football.
Yeah, so I'll let you decide how you caught
spun
him.
him around, and for some reason it's like a waltz, like at the end, and I'm like, sorry, and then just like let him go.
Please throw me back. Throw me back, please.
It still does 2 points of damage, but yeah, it was.
Right.
The crowd is confused at this point.
By now, this is just like a volleyball match. It's not
Oh
really
God.
not fighting.
With
And
people.
now you can decide your action. ideal.
Right. So I'm like, well, you know what? Fine. And I try to grab the dwarf by the ankles and lift him up and axe throw him back, right back. Yeah. But only do one spin.
All right, so it's kind of a contested. Oh wow, okay. Check. So we are seeing who is more athletic in this instance, and you roll a 22 to.
Oh my god!
Gammelalf's 10.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
So that's just. Oh boy. This turned into medieval judo or something.
I agree. Okay, Spicy Boy fucking nailing it again. This has turned into a handball tournament.
How are you?
I'm launching him straight back at Ursula.
All right. So you're launching him at Ursula.
Here we go again.
Oh my god! I try to catch him. Can I try to catch him?
All right, you can try to catch him. All right, let's see.
Also, the map movement.
Actually, no,
is
hold
just
on. Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, you actually somehow you fail your athletics check.
Oh no.
And you take a dwarf squarely in the upper torso body area, dealing 4 points of damage in return.
Oh no! 4 points?
Yeah, you're.
Oh.
Turns out dwarves aren't very good weapons.
I am a weapon. What do you say?
Oh my god. Okay. Whose turn is it?
It is now Gammelalf's turn.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I thank you, Spicy Boy. You see what I'm dealing with here. In all my years as a DM, I don't think I've ever had a more unorthodox combat situation.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay,
All
whose
right.
turn is it? Sorry?
I think it's my
It
turn.
is Gammelalf's.
Oh my
All
god.
right, okay,
After being
Gammelalf.
tossed back and forth.
So, am I correct? I didn't lose any hit points there, right?
No, I don't. No, you didn't. Yeah, Dig need 2 points. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna roll for this. We're gonna see if you lost any hit points.
Ah, shit! I shouldn't have asked.
No, it was a good question. No, on the first one, you managed to keep your head tucked. Oh, and on the other one, you rolled a nat 20. So you
Oh.
Do I gain hit points?
don't gain. I don't know. You did a flip or something.
All right. Acrobatics flip.
Just like a little bow to the audience. Ta-da.
It was kind of like a ninja roll off, propelling yourself off of Ursula. So this was the second roll. So you do get launched, but you roll with it. You do a backflip. You land on your feet. You're not even sure how you did it. Yeah.
All right. With my cat-like reflexes, I did that. Okay, cool. So we've been over this throwing situation. I feel like let's put it like that.
I'm gonna move you guys a little closer as I assume you're probably stumbling towards each other during this instance.
Yeah.
You're not just standing feet planted.
I mean, just propelling Gammelalf forward must have gotten me a few steps forward.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're within distance that you could actually walk or run towards him or whatever.
Thank you, mighty DM. For his mercy.
I want to thunder wave him.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Gammelalf is casting a thunder wave on you, forcing you to make a Constitution saving throw. You need a 12 or higher. It's not particularly high. I would expect you to be able to make that fairly easily. So
But-
naturally, You roll a 6. So you just get enveloped by, this thunderous force that, launches you back a little bit further. It does 12 damage, which is quite a lot of damage.
Oof.
A whole lot. Yeah. Here, let me do the maths. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You are wrecked. I mean, you're alive, but something strange happens to Night Eel as he gets hit by this thunderous clap. His very appearance starts to. I mean, well, first of all, he just gets launched, right? Like his helmet flies off. He's hits the ground hard. Takes a lot of damage, and then his very clothes seem to start to ripple. His face, which previously Night Eel appeared to be a goblin, some sort, and it starts shifting and rippling. And next thing you know, it's like swapping between the night elf that you faced before and the goblin now.
Is it a Jekyll and Hyde situation?
It is not. It appears to be some sort of magic, and the whole crowd kind of like erupts into uproar because whatever this is, it seems to be a blatant violation of the rules.
Whoa!
What?
And if you have anything to respond, Night Eel / Karen.
Don't.
I think he seems as articulate as ever.
Seems like we turned that night eel into an electric eel.
Badoom.
And
Okay,
so,
but wait, Joshua, just for me to understand, is it 2 people now?
No, it is one person, but they appear to have been disguising themselves as another.
Oh, so
Yes.
Thorn it was disguising himself as Night Eel.
Yes, and you're not even sure. There's even and as it's rippling, right, a third figure emerges.
But okay.
Not emerges, but kind of like it's shifting between these 3 people, and what is left is, as the spell fades, what is left is a half-orc that you have not met. And the announcer is like, "What?
What is going on? This is a blatant violation of the Necrodome Fair Fight Clause. Combatants, make your way to exits. See, someone will be with you to deal with you with this trap."
He can't even speak correctly. Like, he's so aghast at the fact that somebody would seemingly cheat to be able to fight multiple times and assumedly, get triple the bounty.
To the exit.
I'm gonna stay, just to see if the half orc also moves away.
Well, yeah,
I'm still on high alert.
Yeah, it's a gate opens, and it's kind of like you see security like start to move down through the crowd to ensure that you guys make your way over there. It's not leaving the dome, but it's more like into kind of a waiting area.
What about Gary?
No,
you have time to grab Gary.
I want to.
Gary, what about Louis? Where I'm at?
Fuck Louis.
Yeah, you're
I have an arrow in my knee.
You've been watching. You had your fair one-on-one duel.
Gary gets more concerned than the player character.
All right. So you make your. I assume you all make your way to the waiting area or whatnot.
That's right. That's right. All right. Now that I join you, who's this half-orc fella?
I don't know. He just kind of appeared out of nowhere. It was bizarre.
It's weird.
It's just weird, bro.
It's just weird, bro.
And the half-orc, I should mention that this has been a rather lucrative gig for you. You've been doing this ruse for quite a while now. You've been making quite a bit of money, so it would be quite the disappointment to have.
Am I in the same room as them right now?
Yeah. So you're in the same room now.
okay.
You've all
Okay,
been
okay.
kind of funneled towards the exit, and you're waiting for somebody to come down, and somebody's going to come down and speak with you.
Right. So, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, so quite a show you've been putting up on here.
Yeah, it's a living.
Sir, I think you've been cheating away for this job a little bit.
Also, I should mention that the half-orc, he's at like 9 health, so you're quite bloodied and bruised. Like, you were not expecting this much of a
No,
fight.
no,
but yeah.
I mean, no cheats. It's just, a bit of a, disguise, so to speak. I'm sure they're working out. Do you guys happen to know a good lawyer?
I'm sure Louis can help you with his very good connections in the business world.
Well, no, listen, I'm not gonna help a fellow who put an arrow in my knee, you know?
Well, that wasn't me. That was that dark elf guy. He was a.
We
oh, wait,
just thought that you were the dark elf guy and the goblin guy. You're the same guy all the time, making triple calorie on the.
Can I try deception?
Alright, I'm going to say it's deception with disadvantage, considering...
yeah, fair enough.
Okay, nice. And you roll a 3, which does not pass.
Would have been amazing if you had a nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't
that would have been a
Oh,
time.
that would have
And
been
all of us
fucking
would have
glorious.
just started to believe that he is actually
Yeah.
not all of you.
It's like gaslighter.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you did figure it out. I mean,
I guess,
to
yes.
shoot your other leg, actually. So it's it's not on me, really.
Well, you didn't.
I'm sorry. I shot your walking leg.
I actually walk on both my legs, but but this one I like particularly well, sir.
Wait. That's how you just walk?
No, that's how I limp now. Thank you.
Oh, so you started limping after I shot you. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm turning to like Ursula and Gammelalf like, can you believe this guy? What's wrong with him?
What I can't believe is how this guy could have deceived all these people into like being 3 persons, being obviously of that intelligence.
Oh, you'd be surprised at how intelligent I am.
In fact, we would.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we would.
By now, I'm pretty surprised. I gotta say.
I'll have you know, I've done disguises my whole life, at least twice.
You recognize a familiar face enter the room. It is none other than Chester James AWOL. And he's kind of like looking at you with disappointment, a little bit of admiration. He particularly looks to you, or to the half-orc, and says, like,
Oh, you're in trouble now. You won't be working at the Coliseum. I'll make sure you never work here a day again. I hope you got some solid other streams of income set up, because you certainly won't be here. And just wait till our lawyers get a hold of you.
Well, I actually don't have any other income, so you know what? Joke's on you, because I have nowhere to go.
Oh, we're gonna take everything. If you got a house, we're taking that house. You got family, we're gonna squeeze them.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because my house... Don't take my house.
I kind of feel bad for this man.
Yes,
No.
feel bad for
Is
me.
there maybe some kind of leniency clause in this whole mess?
Mr. AWOL, you
Yes.
have failed to provide us with health insurance. And now, my friend is limping. And this
You
guy,
signed.
obviously, cheated not on just us, but on all of these good people of...
How do you think I feel? I was going to get a cut of the profits.
Yeah. Oh, so you're in this?
I am no. He's not part of it. But there's full refunds being issued, and
Yeah, maybe you give us a cut of that now.
Refunds to who? Can I get a refund?
Shut up.
no.
Shut up. No health insurance.
You're the
for you
cause of
today.
this.
If I may, it seems to me that the fact that this poor soul has had to impersonate 3 entire people to make ends meet, to afford a laugh in this society, and we do live in a society. Wait,
Astute observation.
I'm getting there. Considering the fact that this poor soul must work so hard to make ends meet, it seems like that alone is quite the punishment in itself. Wouldn't you say so? I feel like just robbing him of his livelihood is punishment enough.
I mean, look, I still got, I'm still pretty tattered after all the fights, so, I still got, medical bills. So, I still have to figure that whole shtick out. Whatever. Doctors. You heard of doctors? They take money now. It's insane.
Well, I don't know much about these things, but I'm going to need your real name, because I assume you're not Nightingale, or... Grr. Who are you?
My name is... Ifak.
What? I think you switched the vowels. That's
What is your... What?
Corn.
Corn?
Sir, I just want to say you should really seize this guy's this guy's home. He cheated and he put the
Don't
knee
seize this guy's home.
and arrow in my knee.
No, I don't think seizing
Yes,
this man's
argue
home
amongst
is the right.
yourselves.
I am arguing for you, sir.
Corn.
Yes.
You got a last name, Corn?
Yes.
Yes.
My last name is Dog.
All right, and then with that, he
No, you're in a lot of trouble, Mr. Corn Dog.
kind of waltzes away. A jester leaves to speak with his superiors.
Oh, wait, so, what I said about your home and seizing it, I just want to say I didn't mean that.
Are you related to Horn Dog?
Horn Dog. Where did you hear that name?
Never. I totally not scissored this guy.
You? What?
You know, when a man and
Did you
another
cut
man...
Horn Dog in half?
No, not like that. More in a muddy, romantic battlefield kind of situation.
Aw. That's nice. Actually.
Corn. May I call you Corn?
Mr. Corn.
Mr. Corn, sir.
Yeah, Yes.
Yeah, is there a chair in the room?
Yeah, there's some metal, there's some stone, really uncomfortable stone benches.
Okay,
but
I
you could
sit
on
him
them.
down. I like gently sit him down on one of the stones, and I'm like, now, listen, this might be a hard thing to hear, especially from someone who just threw a dwarf at you.
I want to interrupt. See, this is Gary.
In the chat, Spicy Boy suggests that you throw the chair at him.
We'll get to that.
You know, Gary, you just got hit by him.
Get him with the steel chair.
And Gary is also one of the people who... Your father... Again, this is Gary. Gary is amongst those people who ate your father.
I feel like you could have gone differently about this.
No.
Oh.
Okay, and I want to throw on deception.
You wanna throw this, or you wanna what?
I want to throw. I want to make a deception throw, and want to like explain to him why this is a good thing. And that his
Okay.
dad is not.
All right, you're gonna try to convince Corndog that his recently deceased father's death is indeed a good thing, and that it was good that he was eaten.
By a bunch of ghouls, and including Gary.
And Gary, yes. One of the things that killed his father is in front of him. All right. Okay, well... All right. You fail. He does not believe you.
Oh my god.
That would have been so nice.
I mean, you can plead your you have to plead your case, though.
See,
Yeah.
Gary is a friend of ours, and he became a friend of ours during the process of
He was never a friend of mine, sir.
during
Also-
the.
Also, I would add that Gary looks pretty disgusting. Like, it's a rotted, like, leaking head. There's sand and grit, like, and the eyes are just rolling, and it's kind of, like, gnashing teeth.
See, this Gary here, he may be not having the best looks. He may be not the best looking ghoul head that is out there. But he became a friend of ours. And I'm sure deep down inside, he did not want to eat your father. I'm sure your father died with a smile on his face.
My father is deep down inside of him. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that is my point. There might be some chunks of your father left in these teeth, and I'm offering you the remainders of your father.
Wait, you don't have the remains of his father. How can you offer them?
Maybe in the teeth.
Yeah, you abandoned his
gotcha.
father in the cave down below.
He was
Yeah, but
dead.
Didn't even check on his vitals. He could have still been alive. Didn't
just
even go
wanna-
back to do a quick.
I just want to say that I some chunks of your father, bigger ones, are still you know, where you're.
No. This is what's left of your father.
Well, I did try to give him, you know, mouth to mouth kind of saving. I accidentally did fire breath instead. Terribly sorry.
He's taking it surprisingly well.
I
See,
just
Fred.
kind of want to like awkwardly like pat him on the back and just like do circular motions on his back, just trying to like calm him down. I realize
So
this
let
is a
me get
lot
this
to
straight.
take in. Sorry?
So my father was the one to take care of that bad. What are you? Okay, so you're telling me that a bunch of ghouls ate my dad. Then you were like, we want to preserve a part of him. But instead of making it like, you know, a photo and a necklace, or you just took a head and Treverian.
Well, we did
It may look as bad, but, there's an explanation for this.
The explanation being that Gammelalf is a fucking disgusting piece of dwarf who takes heads with him. None of us wanted this. I promise.
Well, by the sounds of it, at least 50% of you wanted it because the head sure seems happy.
Well, mathematically...
Gary
it should
sure
be-
is a happy fella.
Sir, if it's any consolation to you, your house will not be seized.
I don't think you're helping.
Thanks.
Your house doesn't exactly stand where it used to be, but it won't be seized.
I mean,
Let's say you have a
Thanks,
very big
guess.
cellar now.
I guess what I'm saying is your house fell through a hole in the ground.
It didn't go exactly through the roof.
oh! Oh! So, okay, now give me the good news.
Well, the good news is I believe that considering everything, I don't think they're gonna punish you for cheating at the
Oh, that's cool, so I
Necrodome.
can participate.
Is anyone like a representative already back in the
I
room?
was gonna say, at this point, Chester kind of bursts back into the room again. When he hears, so give me the good news, he also says,
Oh, well, I've got some good news for you. Yeah, apparently you don't have anything that we can seize.
so...
Chattel slavery.
yeah.
You have incurred quite the,
Quite-
debt, it would seem,
Oh,
but
fuck.
that will be billed to your location at a, further time. Well, I would say it's your home, but
It's on you. My location is no longer a location.
Well, technically, it's still a location. It's just not a property anymore.
And then he turns to the rest of the party and Chester says,
But you guys, on the other hand, you put up quite the show. You actually have impressed a few of the folks in the shadow box seats, and they would like a word.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but I led them here.
I feel for you. I feel for you, corn dog. I truly do. But I don't think we can do anything for you here.
Sir, I respect your entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'll take this respect and I hang it on my non-existent wall.
I'm just gonna smoke up another pipe of smoke and take a couple of puffs and then hand it over to Mr. Corndog and be like, son, you're gonna need it where you go to.
God, what a tragic character.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't you know smoking kills?
Yeah, but where you're going, you're gonna die anyway. It's alright, brother.
Oh
I
my
turn
God.
to Ursula. Miss Big, once again, I'm turning to you as the only sane person in the room. I think we
Thank
should
you.
make I think we should probably see those important people because there's very little we can gain from staying here.
Right, yes.
Honestly, that's remember why we came here. You are out of work. We need to make sure that you can afford for yourself and your son.
You are right. Thank you. Yes. Let us go meet these bigwigs up top.
And Chester, kind of looks at Corndog and
Get out of here! Get! You're no longer welcome on these premises.
yeah, not too pleased. And with that, that is where we will leave it for today's episode.
Oh my gosh, what an episode.
With an invitation.
Also, I do want to say perfect ending words by Spicy Boy. I'd be hesitant to call anyone in this group sane, which I wholeheartedly agree with. None of us are sane.
Oh.
Thank you for listening to Eerie Exploits. Today's episode was featured by Ivan Semashev. I really think Ivan did a great job in this one. I really enjoyed playing with him and recording the session. And you can find and follow Ivan on Instagram as Ivan_Semashev. And our players, as you already know, Paulina is Lev Patare on Instagram, Daniel is Daniel Gagarin, Joshua is Joshua R. Sassman, and me, your host, I am Pavel Comedy. Next week we'll be joined by a Swiss Comedy Award nominated comedian Miriam Sonanini. I'm real excited for the episode and I hope so are you. Thanks for listening. Until next time.